Hello everyone. So, today I am going to discuss about the concept of BLE, that is Bluetooth Low Energy Technology. So, in this video, you will be learn about what is BLE, and actually BLE is enhanced version of old Bluetooth technology. So, if anyone is thinking about that BLE is only the technology for the Bluetooth, so that is not correct. I will discuss about this myth in this video. So, that is the topic. And another thing is, what is the types of device from BLE aspects. So I will discuss about that one also. And after that, how many modes are there in the BLE communication. And the last one is rule of BLE communication. So actually there are some set of rules in BLE communication, so I will cover those also. So let's start. So So let's start. Okay. So BLE is a technology designed and marketed by Bluetooth Special Interest Group, that is Bluetooth SIG, where we can transfer the data between devices by consuming very low battery of the devices. As compared to the traditional Bluetooth technology, here the devices sleeps during the connection while there is not the communication. Hence, it saves the battery consumption during that time. We can transfer a small chunk of data at a time, like heartbeat, pulse rate, energy level of the remote device, etc. So, first topic is that what is BLE technology, and how it is different from the old Bluetooth technology. So, as as it is mentioned here, that it is an advanced technology where we can transfer the data by consuming very low amount of power of the devices, because here sender or receiver devices are not waiting for the data while they are in the connection. Meanwhile, they can sleep, then they can be ideal. So this concept is the main responsible, is main the main concept which is responsible to save the energy. They will be active only during the data transfer, during the data transmission, when the data transmission is going on. Now, this cannot be happen in old Bluetooth technology, since there we can transfer huge amount of data also. Means like you can see in the old technology, where we are using the BlackBerry mobile, so we can transfer the whole file also. Means still that feature is also available in current mobile devices also. So but that is the old version of Bluetooth. So that is not a BLE. So that is what the problem behind that technology is, that because that technology is responsible to transfer the huge amount of data, so it will consume the very huge amount of energy also, very huge amount of battery also. So and here, because this technology is dedicated to only transfer the a small level of data, a small chunk of data. So during the connection, the device can be ideal, device can be sleep. So so in this way we are saving the energy here. So now, types of BLE devices. There are two types of devices in BLE. First is peripheral and another is central. A peripheral is a device that exposes services and the data for reading and writing. And apart from this, a central connect to the peripheral in order to read and write the data of the peripheral. The central is a device that initiate the connection to the peripheral. In client server, in the client server mode, uh, the central can be seen as the client and the peripheral can be seen as a server. Some devices can act as central and peripheral both. As in case of client server architecture, server is a device where the data is stored, and the client is another device which want to access those data. Similarly, since here peripheral has the data, so we can say that peripheral is server. We can consider peripheral as server, and since central want to access those data, so we can consider the central as the client. C for central and C for client. So let's understand it with some example. Here, smart band like mi band can work as peripheral since it has some data to expose to the mobile, and mobile device that connect to the band to access those data will be central. Like you can see here, this is a central, and there are so many peripheral devices and that this central can connect to the n number of peripheral devices also. Although there are some limitations here, but I will discuss those limitations later. In this example, there are two devices. One is mi band and another is your mobile. So here, this mi band, this mi band may have some of the your health related data, like what is your pulse rate, how many steps you walked today, or what is your blood pressure, etc. Now suppose that you are working to develop a health related mobile app, right? So where you need to read this type of data. So in this case, since your mobile want to access the data, so it will be considered as the central, and since mi band is the source of information that you want to read, so it will be the peripheral device. Now coming to the next slide. So this is mode of communication. So basically there are two type of modes of communication. First is the advertising mode, and second one is the connected mode. So in the advertising mode, the peripheral sends information to be available to all the central arounds. In this mode, simple information can be exchanged using gap broadcasting, or you can say gap protocol. I will cover this gap protocol and this gap protocol in the next session, but here you can say consider this is basically a protocol for in which the communication is going on. And another thing is that in the perspective of peripheral, the advertising mode is the one to many mode, like you can see here, one to many mode. But the thing is that here the central is connected to many peripheral, but here in advertising mode, the peripheral here should be a peripheral, and here should be central. So the peripheral should connect to so many central. We can say the advertising mode is simply a mode where the peripheral can broadcast its data to multiple central at the same time, and the central can read only that data. It can't write the data into peripheral device. Suppose that central want to write some data, central want to modify some data in the peripheral device, so that is not possible. Okay, now coming to the connected mode. So connected mode allows a central to exchange complex data with peripheral. There are exchange of the data is going on between peripheral and device and the central. Central can send the request to the peripheral by using some data, and then peripheral can return some data on the basis of the previous query. This type of thing is going on, just like a client server architecture. So this the GATT protocol is describe how the conversation is made in the in this mode. Like if you will talk about the client server architecture, so basically the client our client server architecture is running in some set of protocols, and the top layer, application layer protocol is called HTTP protocol, right? So where first of all I need to send the request, and then the server will send the response. So that type of HTTP protocol will be there for that. But now here, to in order to accomplish this type of communication, the GATT protocol is here. I will make another video on GATT protocol. Actually, the GATT protocol is the key of the BLE application development. So I will cover the GATT protocol in some set of videos in the upcoming session. Okay, so in the perspective of peripheral, this is one-to-one mode. Means one central is here and only one peripheral is here. Communication is going between one central and one peripheral. While in the connected mode is the communication between one peripheral and the one central only, where central can perform read and write operation both in the peripheral data. So now coming to the communication rules. So here are some set of communication rules for the for BLE communication. First is the central. A central cannot connect to another central, and the peripheral cannot connect to the to another peripheral, right? And if a device, basically, what is the central and peripheral? Peripheral and central are basically the device, right? So if a device is generally want to access the data from another device via Bluetooth, right? So that device will work as a central at that time, and the source of information, the device which have the source of information, so that device will work as the peripheral. And at the same time, after that same time, means when this type of communication ends, and the role, we can exchange the role. Like suppose that there are device A and there are device B, right? So device A have some data, but device A needs some data, some another data from device B, and similarly device B have some data, but at during performance of any other task, device B needs some data from device A. So whenever device A needs data from the device B, in that case device A will work as a central and device B will be peripheral. And when device B needs some data from device A, so in that case device B will work as central and device A will be peripheral for that communication. So this type of thing is happening here. And another thing is that the peripheral can be connected to only one central device at a time. So means the last rule, basically the last rule is only applicable in case of the connection mode. It is not applicable for the advertising mode. So that's all from my side. So thanks for watching my video. Thank you.